Hello lovely, my name is Mindy and welcome back to the Manor. If you haven't been on my channel before, we talk all things beauty, fashion and organisation, so if that sounds exciting, please consider subscribing. This video I'm really excited to do. We are going to chat about 2023 and planning our year ahead. We're going to talk about how to do some reflections on last year and how to set some realistic goals for the new year. And as much as I do believe that you should be looking at your goals pretty regularly, I think a new year is just a beautiful way to reflect and move forward. It just feels like this wonderful fresh opportunity. So I really hope you enjoy this video. Let's start by talking about reflection. It's really important to look back at your past, let's look at the last 12 months, and really think about what you've accomplished. Where were you at the start of 2022? And where are you at the end? You may have had a huge goal, right? Let's give an example. You may have had a huge goal to be, I'm gonna lose 20 kilos. That's all well and good, but you know what? You're at the end of 22 and you haven't lost anything. If you haven't noticed this is an example of my own. I haven't lost that 20 kilos, but you know what I've done? I've started going to the gym 4 days a week. I have started eating better. I've started to cut out alcohol. I have moved my body more. I haven't lost it. But you know what? I've implemented some really good habits in 2022 that I hope to move forward with in 2023 to finally reach that goal. Let's look at another one of my examples. In the start of 2022, I wanted to start a YouTube channel. I wanted to be consistent with my uploads. I wanted to have, I think my goal was like 1,000 followers within the year. I didn't get that. I have 40 followers. But guess what? I started my YouTube channel. I realized what works for me and what doesn't work for me. I had a bit of a roller coaster of a year with my actual work, which kind of put a backburn on concentrating on YouTube. What am I gonna do? I can't take that back. I can't fix that. So you know what? I started a channel. I think I've got like 20 or more videos. I didn't have any of that at the start of 2022. I've increased my following on Instagram. Those are some positives that we can think of, all right? So we had a goal. We didn't reach it, but we did lots of great things in that year to try and get there, to kickstart things. We did good, okay? Think about the positives. We did really good. So that's the first thing that I want you to do. I want you to think of where you were at the start of 2022. You may have had a really big goal, you may have had a little goal, and you may have reached it. Great job. Great job if you did. And if you didn't, think about those little things that you've done anyway. Still positive, any little things that you've done to achieve it. The next thing that I want you to think about is there anything that you overcame last year? Is there anything that you were a little bit afraid of at the start of 2022 and at the end of 2022 it's actually not that big a deal and you're not afraid anymore? Did you overcome a hurdle? Let me talk about a couple of mine. I kind of struggle at work with when I should say my opinion and when I should sit back and listen. Something that I have overcome this year, I kind of went from one extreme to another, right? I started my work career just like, these are all my opinions. And then I felt like I put too many opinions out there. So then I started kind of retracting, and I was actually so lucky that I had a job where I would be in a meeting and someone would say, Mindy, I think you want to say something. What are your thoughts? And I'm grateful to be in a workplace like that. Like there are not many workplaces like that. So I feel like I'm finding that balance. So 2022 I found was a really good year that I knew me. I knew my opinions were valid and I learned when to speak up and when to not speak up. So that's something that I overcame and that I'm really proud of. Something else as well is I started to kind of care less about what other people think of me or their perception of me, right? Like, you'll find your people. And if you're not with your people, I think you know. I think you can feel it. And it's not that you're doing anything wrong. You're just not with your people. I want to think more about what I want, what makes me happy, who I should surround myself with. And look, people come into your lives. They may stay for a little while. They may leave. You know what? They were there for a reason while they were there. They taught you something. They gave you something. You know, we got to be grateful. So what have you overcome this year? The next thing I want you to think of is your highlight. What was your highlight of last year? I had lots of like lovely moments in 2022. I think my main highlight was that I have found a job that is perfect for me. It really encompasses everything that I've done previously. It pulls them all together into this nice little package that I'm happy to do. It pays me well. I love the people that I work with. I'm just so comfortable in that job that I feel like now I have the space to do this comfortably, to do my YouTube a little bit more, to be more consistent with it. So that's my biggest highlight. I've found my place at work. What's your biggest highlight of 2022? Then I want you to think about something that you stopped doing that was good. What's something that you dropped and you're gonna leave in 2022? I have two. I do like a glass of wine with dinner, a lot. If you know me on this channel, I generally have a sip of wine while I film, that's fun. But I've cut back in terms of not drinking so often. It's just something that I wanted to do for my body. I'm in my 30s now, I have to think about my body. I am not young anymore. I'm not in my 20s anymore, you know? So that's something I've cut back on. I haven't cut it out, that's not my goal, just to cut back on. So that's cool, I dropped that, I left that back in 2022. I can't be everything for everybody. I've tried. But, you know what, I've realized that I can't do that. And that I've dropped, I've left that in 2022. I can be anything for me. I can't be everything for everyone, and neither can you. So what are you dropping? What are you leaving back in 2022? And the last thing I want you to think about for your reflection is, what are some new habits that you've created? Back in 2022 at the start, I was at a gym. It was basically like, you know, show up when you want to, that's classes and things, and I wanted to go a certain amount a week and I never did. But then I moved on to a personal training studio where someone was there waiting for me. I was paying someone to train me a certain amount of times a week, and I showed up. So in 2022, I started off struggling to go once a week, and at the end of the year, I'm going 4 times a week. Go me, that's a good habit. That's something that I've implemented in my life. What is a good habit that you started in 2022? Okay, so now we've done some reflecting. We're feeling something about 2022, but 2022 is gone, right? 2023 is now here. Let's look at this year. What are our goals? What do we want to achieve? We've got 12 months before we do our reflection again. Let's really think about it. I'm going to share some goals that I have with you if you'd like to hear them. I would like to do more on YouTube. I plan on doing a little bit more pre-planning. I'm going to be more consistent. I have some really exciting ideas that I want to implement, like the month of. Yeah, I'm just really excited about YouTube. It's going to be a really good year for YouTube, so subscribe, by the way, because there's lots of good stuff coming. I want to look at my money. I want to look at my personal spending and be more mindful with that, right? I like makeup. I like doing my nails. I like doing my hair. I like dressing up. I have lots of stuff. I don't need lots of stuff. So I'm going to be a little bit more mindful, maybe track my money a little bit better. Maybe, you know, think about, do I really need that new thing, or do I have something that's exactly like that already? more mindful with my personal spending. I also want to do a little bit more planning. I want to track when my bills are coming up. I want to make sure that I'm prepared for that bill to come in and for me to pay it and then be gone. Another goal of mine is I really want to get better at planning. I want to reflect each month on that previous month and then move forward to the next month. I don't want to wait a full 12 months until I look at my goals again. I want to revisit them every month and see where I'm going, see where I'm tracking, if I need to tweak anything. And I really want to do that by implementing a planner. I have another video coming up on different ways that you can use planners, diaries, calendars, what works for you. I'm using a planner this year, so I really want to get into that and make sure I use it and don't, you know, go off. My brain works better if I write things down, right? I think a lot of people's do. Like, I have a notepad next to my bed, so when I wake up at 3 in the morning with a thought, I can write it down, and then it's there and it's gone and I can go back to sleep. Goals around my home, based around the manor. I want to do a bit more decluttering. If you're not following me on Instagram, please do. It's mclellanmanor. In December, there was this beautiful channel, beautiful page called Pan Beauty. Go check it out on my Instagram because I've linked her many, many times. She's awesome. She does a lot of panning content. And in 2022 December, she did a 24-day reverse advent calendar. So every single day in December, I had to take one thing out of my house, right? So whether that be that I finished a product or I decluttered a product or, you know, whatever that may be, then it was out of the house. And I took it to a little bit of an extra level of, instead of doing one product, I'd do like a little area. Maybe I had a drawer, maybe I had a box of things, maybe I had a certain type of product that I felt like I, you know, could narrow down a little bit, and it's really got me inspired. So I want to do a bit more of a declutter. I want to be more mindful of what I have. I want to go through everything. I've done a really good start in December and I really want to pull that through into 2023. Some other things with my home is that I want to do a bit more of a cleaning schedule, as in I don't want to leave everything to the weekend and then waste a whole day cleaning my house top to bottom. I want to come home after work, just spend 20 minutes doing something so that at the end of the week I can relax a little bit more and I don't have as much to do. So I just need to be a bit more prepared. And I also want to finish some jobs I've got around the house. So like a little bits of painting that I have left to do, or, you know, some shelving that I want to put up, or, you know, just little bits and pieces like that. Everybody has those little jobs that they want to do around the house and I just want to tick them off. I have some goals around health. So for my health and my well-being, I want to journal more. I bought a beautiful gratitude journal because for me, I need some prompts, right? I can't just pick up a notepad and start writing and I'm good to go. Lots of people are like that. My cousin's like that and it's so inspiring, but I think I need a little bit of help at the start. So I bought something with some prompts. I might show you that on the channel if you're interested. But yeah, I want to do a little bit more journaling, a little bit more gratitude, a little bit more me time. I'm thinking maybe on a Friday afternoon, I do a little bit of me time. I might do a face mask, some journaling, have a bath. I don't know. Just something to do for me. I also want to keep up the gym. And I want to continue on the cutting down alcohol that I mentioned before, and I need to get better with my food. So a bit more meal prep, a bit more planning. I mean, it all comes down to me for planning, because if I'm not planned, at last minute I'll do the wrong thing. And the last big goal that I have for 2023 is travel. Oh my God, I miss traveling. Stupid virus. We used to go like once every couple of years somewhere, and I just feel like it's a part of me that's missing. I just feel a little bit broken. That's a bit sad, that's a bit dramatic, but I'd like to travel. We plan on going away for my grandma's 90th, maybe to Fiji, so that's something, and I really want to go to New Zealand, which is where my husband's from, and I've never been there before. And I was supposed to go in March 2020, the day before the flights got cancelled. Yeah, so that's on my list. So those are my goals, and I've written my goals down. As I said, I'm a writing down person. I need something to reflect on later. I need to remember what I'm thinking. And now the last thing I want to share with you is how to take those goals and how to make them realistic, right? So I say, I want to declutter my home. That's a huge job. That's huge. So I need to break it down, right? Whether that be by, I'm going to break it down by room. In January, I'm going to concentrate on the bedroom. Or if I break it down by area, so let's just say, you know, once a week, I'm going to go through a drawer in my house. Whatever that might be to you. Let me give you another example. I said that I want to keep reflecting on my goals on a monthly basis instead of 12 monthly. Do you think at the end of the 12 months I'm going to do that if I haven't planned? No. So to make it realistic for me, in my planner, which I'm using, kind of like a diary, I have a note for myself once a month to stop and reflect on my goals, right? Because that will remind me to do it, and then I will sit down and do it. Again, I've written out some prompts for myself because I'm not very good at just thinking off the top of my head. So that makes it realistic for me. One more example of how I'm going to make this realistic is the personal spending. I do feel like I just spend mindlessly. You know, like I don't really think about spending 15 bucks on a new pair of earrings or like $10 on bacon and egg roll, or, you know, I just don't think about that at the time because it's such a small amount of money, but it adds up. So I've made myself a little tracker for every time I spend money on myself. I'm writing it down, because then when I do my monthly reflection, I want to go back through that tracker and go, oh my gosh, did I need 3 lip liners when I have 20 sitting in my drawer? You know what? Probably not. Don't buy any more lip liners, Melinda. I just want to make it realistic, right? So think about your goals and then break them down into small steps to make it realistic. I hope that helps. I hope that helps start planning your 2023. I really feel good vibes for this year. I'm wishing you all a beautiful year, and I'm just so excited. I'm so positive, and I can't wait to speak to you more often. All right, lovelies, leave your comments down below if you have any questions for me. Tell me what your goals are for 2023, because I am so excited to hear what they are, and we'll keep each other updated. Okay, lovelies, see you later, bye.